these videos, we're aiming to create an online library where if you don't manage to come to Full Circle or any of our events that we think are worth putting up, you can come in your own time and look at this video and learn about the topic.
Giling Basah in Indonesian, and in English might be wet hulling. Wet hulling. We starting from Indonesia is number 4 as producer country in the world. We produce 600,000 tons a year. 50% of the production in Indonesia is Arabica, and 85% is Robusta. So Indonesia now is Robusta export coffee. 15% of Arabica coffee in Indonesia, all of them processed by, we call wet hulling. Wet hulling. So wet hulling starting in Indonesia in 1990. Before we produce coffee same as the coffee like in America, Latin America and Africa, we produce coffee we call fully washed. But semi-wash method, Giling Basah, starting in 1990. So that's why, because the producer country, the producer area in Sumatra is very isolated from the world. Not all roaster know and understand what the meaning of Giling Basah. So this method can be uploaded from YouTuber, but unfortunately they only visit 1 or 2 days and try explain to the people what's the meaning of Giling Basah. So today, I come here because I work for 25 years what we call the Giling Basah. So it's more completely than you watching in the YouTube and someone who visit to Sumatra only 1 or 2 days. Here is the map. Where is the Indonesia? So from London, we take time 34 hours by plane. So that's why Giling Basah is still, some of the people say it's mystery. It's still mystery because not all the roaster, because it's very difficult to very far away from London, from importer country to there. So we here in Sumatra. It is more or less from Singapore, more or less 2 hours by plane. 60% of Arabica is produced in Sumatra, in Indonesia. So the common process in Latin America or Africa, I think is same like this. The first step is pulping, and then fermentation, washing, and drying parchment to 11 or 12% moisture, and then go to hulling machine, and then grading, and the next step to bagging, blending, and export. And now, what's the difference wet hulling and the common process in Latin America and Africa? Let's see what the difference is. in the process of hulling. And the 5 and 6 might be a little different with the process in Latin America or Africa. So let's see step by step what happened in wet hulling process. The first is the cherry from the cedar tree and pruning coffee palm, a very specific pruning system in the coffee farmers in Sumatra. So the coffee is only 1.2 on maximum 1.5 meters. Because the picking process mostly done by a woman can be easy to picking process. Second step is pulping. I think it's same in all country. And then fermentation and washing, also same in your country. But here might be different. We drying coffee only for 2 or 3 hours, and then the drying process purpose is not to hold to dry bean, but just to remove a water from the skin, just to remove a water, not to drying bean. And the next step, after drying for 2 or 3 hours, then go to hulling machine. And then what happen after hulling machine is the bean we call labu. The bean is still soft, wet. That's why we call wet hulling. The bean is still soft, smooth. Go to hulling machine. That's why a lot of coffee from Sumatra we find like a goat nail, broken bean. So very difficult to Sumatra coffee to reach the spec of grade 1 in the specialty coffee of America standard. It's very difficult because in the soap, go to hulling machine, a lot of bean will be broken. And next step, and then the soap bean, we go to drying table, to drying area, and we dry coffee put today, only today, in the sunny, to 45% to 30% moisture. So everything is not mystery. Okay. And then sorting, it's same. This is the typical of the Sumatra Giling Gayo. So a lot of the bean will be like we call goat nail. Some roaster, some importer said that goat nail is defect bean. Most of them called defect bean. So that's why you're very difficult to get grade 1 as a specification for Sumatra coffee. But no, after all of the people understand how Giling Basah process and how the coffee become a goat nail like this, most of the people say that this is not defect. It's not defect. So wet hulling process affect the first the physical effect is the color is green, dark green, and then for taste will be more character that Indonesians unique. The flavor will be full body, the acidity we make a coffee from Sumatra very unique in the world market. So before, from the ICO tell us that the coffee market in New York is go to the lower price for the 16 years, but Sumatra coffee is still 300% in New York market, because this is very unique, the process and unique taste. Very simple. Thank you.